Yo, what's good, man? Bucks and Hawks, game 5 coming up tonight. And this shit here has really been interesting, man. Both of these teams lost their best player to injury. Trae Young to a bone bruise after stepping on the ref, and Giannis with a knee injury. Didn't tear any ligaments. It just his knee had bent the wrong way and it kind of shook him up. And I ain't gonna lie, if you're a betting man, I would bet with the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Milwaukee is favored by 3. But maybe because they're at home, these are two very even teams without their star player. But I'm heading with Atlanta tonight because offensively, even with Giannis, they pull into a lot of stale moments, a lot of dry stretches. Even against the Nets, a game that they was lucky to survive, they went like 9 minutes of the third quarter and put up 3 points. And even in this series, they had scoring droughts. They was up 8 in game 1 down the stretch and blew that game. And the Atlanta Hawks are just a resilient team. You just can't slip with them. I thought I seen a lot of holes in their game, but they are improved, man. This is a better defensive team than I ever thought that they would be. Once again, Clint Capella, all defensive caliber level. They got Onyeka Okongwu. They got two guys playing good perimeter, good paint defense in this series on Giannis. But they're not going to have Giannis. And Drew Holiday, his last 2 games, he's been 2 of 11 from the field and 6 of 17 from the field. In Middleton, he was 0 from 7 from 3 last game, and even game 1, he was 0 for 9. And when Giannis went out with that injury, the Hawks immediately jumped on the Bucks' ass. Went to hitting a bunch of threes, went to getting to the paint, getting to the line, all the multitude of ways. It just seemed like the Hawks' offense is more fluid. Bogdan, Lou Williams, Kevin Huerter, Danilo Gallinari, and Cam Reddish giving them good minutes off of the bench. Those guys are more known of scorers than the group the Milwaukee Bucks have. They're going to have Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. They might throw some Bobby Portis in there, Brook Lopez. And it just feel like the offense is going to be on the stale point in this game. They're going to try to do a lot of Chris Middleton off of them screens in the mid-range and from long range. If in Atlanta, without Trae, they swing the ball more than Milwaukee. Milwaukee try to go ISO with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, and they are not the best ISO scorers in the league to be doing that. In Atlanta, even John Collins, he only had 7 shots last game. He's going to be due for a good game in this series. And Chris Middleton, he's had under 20-point games in 3 out of 4 of these games. And that's with Giannis on the floor, attracting attention off of him. So now he's going to be the guy. Now he's going to probably see a couple more double teams, some different looks. And and Chris Middleton is liable to be inefficient tonight. And Clint Capella, it just seemed like no matter who the Hawks play against, it seemed like he be getting his lobs to the basket looked like uncontested most of the time. And Nate McMillan is a better coach than Bud Budenholzer. Bud Budenholzer, he has shown in all three of these playoffs that he's been in deep with this team that he's got plenty of flaws. And Nate McMillan, he's just a way better coach. You can see how he exploited the Sixers by steadily going after Joel Embiid, knowing that he was playing on a torn meniscus, and throwing them lobs to Capella right over the top of his head, making him work. And Hackabin exploiting. He's good at exploiting the other team's weaknesses. And that's what it's all about in the playoffs. And that's why I believe Atlanta will pull up to a 3-2 series lead unless Milwaukee pull out into a big lead and don't look back. But in clutch time, I do not trust Milwaukee over Atlanta. Atlanta's a better free throw shooting team as well. But I just want to put my input on the game tonight. Let's see what happens.